We are live in the Circle Leadership headquarters. I'm getting an error message already. An error occurred on Twitter. This usually is temporary. We'll try again. Go live. Oh, well, sorry, Twitter, you're going to miss this one. Or X, you're going to miss this one because we're going to remove you. Remove this from the broadcast. There you go. All right, save changes. We're back to being live here everywhere else. So, welcome to Workshop Wednesdays, or what I like to call Whiteboard Wednesdays, because every Wednesday now I'm going to be doing a whiteboard session and doing some workshopping around concepts or principles around how to evolve yourself and your business to stay relevant in the hearts and minds of the people that you choose to serve. A lot of it will be focused around your leadership as a CEO or business owner. And so I thought today, why not get started with looking at how you lead is how I will follow. So I want to do a little bit of whiteboarding around the different styles of leadership and the progression of leadership over time and what followership that creates in your organization. Now, let me place a caveat on this. I'm not a big fan of followership. For me and the team here at Circle Leadership, we believe that leadership is an all-around thing, not a top-down thing. So when you put this into context, please understand that we're looking to cultivate leadership where everybody can lift everybody up, not create a leader and a follower or a boss and subordinate concept. But it just shows you this type of things. When you act like this is the behavior you'll see. When you act like this is the behavior you'll see. So you can look at your leadership style through that journey. Okay, so let's bring up the whiteboard. And we're going to go through this quite simply. The first thing I want to do is start with, obviously, here in the bottom left-hand corner. Let me get a nice little color on my, let's go here. In this corner here, this quadrant here, what this here is, this is the first thing, which is leadership by position. And this is where a lot of people, when they first become a leader, say, I'm the leader, so now you have to obey me because it is my position, my role that you are now respecting. I did a Daily Dave recently about this, about commanding respect or demanding respect. The first thing that happens when you get into leadership position or title is that you think because you have position or title, people should respect you and they should follow you. This is actually really built on command and control. How many of you know somebody whose position is based on command and control? When you have that leadership style, what you're actually getting is obedience. Now, please understand there's good and bad with every style. In this particular one here, obedience might be really important in a crisis or an emergency. That if you're the fire warden and there's a fire, you want people just to obey what you say because it's going to save lives. So here's the other interesting point. There will be times when you'll go up and down on the spectrum as we go through this, which we'll refer to, but please understand, I'm not saying that this is a bad position. I'm just saying that when it becomes your dominant style, it's probably not suited for leading a team of people to achieve something amazing together. But there might be times when you might need to just use command and control. And this is the important part of this. You may flex through these different styles as you go through this. So that's the first one. So when you lead by position, it creates command and control, and then what you get is obedience. Then the next thing you look at is leadership by process. Right, so this one is based on, let's have some fun with some color here, hey? Right through here. So what do we get when we're leading by process? Well, firstly, please understand when you leadership by process, this is by rules and bureaucracies. Rules and bureaucracy. You know, you'll hear expressions like this. I don't make the rules around here. I just enjoy enforcing them. So when you lead by process and go, well, these are the rules, these are the policies, these are the procedures, what you're driving then is compliance. Right? So when you're leading by process now, you're enforcing rules, you're enforcing policies and procedures, and you're getting people to comply. So it's not based on your position anymore, it's based on the process of the organization. So where does it progress to from there? Well, it goes through to actually leadership. Now we're getting into a more modern world here by people. So we want to lead based on people. So just get here. And this is where a lot of people are today, which is fantastic. And this is where we're looking at here is training and development. So we're investing heavily in our people. We're leading with people, through people, and we're investing in training and developing our people. And this is where you really start to get now what we would consider to be commitment. So when you lead with people, you start to get commitment because they're actually starting to believe that you should care about them. You're investing in me, so I become more invested in the business. Okay? So the more you invest in your team, the more they'll become invested in your business. I've always been a firm believer that performance is what we ask for from our team, which is really powerful because we're saying, hey, we need a high level of performance. We need to help you become the best, to do your best while in our care and beyond. We need to perform at a higher level as an organization to evolve and stay relevant, to be competitive. But development is what we give to our team. So we're asking for more performance within development. Training and development is what we should give to our team, because here's how we're going to help you become that best version of yourself to do your life's best work while in our care and beyond. So when you move to leadership through people, is training and development, and you'll start to establish commitment in your team. Now, the next stage is where we challenge a lot of people here at Circle Leadership, is leadership by principle. And in this space here, this is where I would hope a lot of you would be moving to or already are. This is through shared vision and values. When you have your purpose, your values, your vision clear in your organization, it's leadership through principle now. It's the qualities or principles that we all hold worthwhile in our organization. And then when we work through that, what we end up with is empowerment. At this stage of leadership, you're now allowing the team to be empowered to make smarter decisions. You're creating learning moments for them. You're allowing them to use the values and the purpose. Does this serve our purpose? Yes or no? Does this reject any of our values? Will this help us build the world that we're creating? You're empowering your team to be able to make smarter decisions. And this is pretty much where most people are striving to get to right now. But is there something beyond leadership through principle? One of the things that we've started to really work closely with a bunch of organizations and leaders on is leadership through potential. It's really tapping into the potential of human beings. And when you're in this space here, because this is the next frontier, I would consider it, this beyond traditional leadership models, this outside here, this is what we consider leadership through coaching. Becoming a coach, not a boss. It's about coaching your team. And when you start to do that and you get everyone working together on the same page, what you're going to start to create in your business is collaboration. Can you imagine running an organization where logos and egos are off the table, no one gives a crap who gets the credit, and we're all here for the greater good? And we can tap into that latent talent and abilities, the potential of human beings in our organization, and free them up to be superheroes, to do the work that humans must do. Well, in order to do that, you have to become a coach, not a boss. Right? Your leadership style needs to be based on coaching. And it's a simple and slight transition from the previous style here of leadership by principle into coaching. Oops. Oh, no. It's when you try to be clever. That's not going to work. Anyway, We'll do it this way. I don't want to have to sit here and just keep erasing everything I've done. So when you make this transition from leadership through principles to leadership by coaching, it's you're creating an organization where you've created the frameworks so you can control the frameworks of your organization, not the work that's happening inside your frames. If I just move myself here. So when you're looking at this here and you've created the frameworks for your organization, you have your purpose, your values, your vision, mission, you have your cultural framework, you have your strategic framework, performance and tactical frameworks. You now as a leader can control the framework, not the work within the frames. What you're able to do as you've transitioned to this style of leadership is then allow learning moments and coaching moments to happen. The more learning moments and coaching moments you allow to happen inside the frameworks of your business, so people can freestyle inside the framework. But the more you allow those learning and coaching moments to happen, guess what? The more momentum your organization gains. The more momentum your organization gains, the faster it learns, the faster it evolves. So these are the different leadership styles that you can have in your organization. And as I alluded to earlier, there might be times in your business where you might be playing somewhere in between here and here, and I would encourage you to be up here. But there might be times when you actually have to come back this way, like in an emergency or a crisis. It's understanding the style that you would like to have as your dominant style in your organization, but it does not mean some of the other styles will not come into play at any stage. Okay, so when you think about your leadership style and the followership style that comes with it, if you're leading by position, you're going to get obedience. It's based on command and control. If you're leadership through process, well, these are the rules and the bureaucracies and the policies and procedures of our organization. You're going to get people who comply. If you lead through people and we invest in our people, we care about you and we want to train and develop you, then you're going to get a sense of commitment from your team. Then we can move to leading by principle. These are a shared vision and values and get everyone to rally around the cause and help them to make smarter decisions. You're going to get empowerment. But then when you lead through potential and you just start to become a coach, not a boss, and you create learning moments and coaching moments as many times in your organization, you're going to get collaboration. You're going to get people involved in the work, involved in the decisions about the work. You're going to be able to delegate outcomes, not tasks. And you're going to be able to tap into that latent potential or talent and abilities that's sitting there dormant in your organization. And in a world today where there's a war for talent on, please understand that the war for talent starts inside your business, not outside. You have a lot of talent probably sitting dormant in your organization you haven't even tapped into yet. So that's what I want to share with you about leadership and followership. These are the different styles. Where am I going to point to this way here? This here. So as you can see here, these are the different styles of leadership. Where are you on this spectrum? Where are you at the moment? And where would you like to be in the majority of times? Understanding, though, that sometimes I might have to work my way back, and there might be times when there are rules and policies that we must follow and that we must adhere to. And if people are pushing into that direction, because sometimes actually the followership could be pushing you to be into that position. So be mindful of that. If you have any questions, comments, thoughts, insights on what I've shared with you this morning, please feel free to jump on and make some comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this if this has been valuable. If you would like this template, please just put in the comments below #leadership, and we'll make sure that we get you the template of this so that you can actually have a look at it yourself and work through with your own leadership team. Other than that, this has been most enjoyable kickoff to Workshop Wednesdays, Whiteboard Wednesdays with Dave. How you lead is how I follow. Thanks, guys, for tuning in, and we'll see you next Wednesday. Actually, next Wednesday, we've got the second to last in the CEO workshop series. We're going to be working on how to make people fall in love with why you do what you do, fall in love with your business, how to create some business love. So tune in for that. But then the following Wednesday after that, we'll be back with Whiteboard Wednesdays, and then we'll start getting in a rhythm and cadence with Whiteboard Wednesdays going forward. Until then, peace out.